Hello and welcome to Amanda Widener Wellness. My name is Amanda. I'm so excited to have you here. On this channel, I talk about all things weight loss, weight management, tools like GLP-1s, fitness, nutrition, and everything in between. Today, we're gonna do a what I eat in a day. Y'all seem to really enjoy that, so I'm gonna try to make it a more regular thing. I do have a little bit different diet every day. I like to keep things interesting, but affordable and manageable because I have a very busy lifestyle. I'm a mom to two very busy children, and I am their personal chauffeur between school and sports. And then I also have my own things to do, so I'm all about being as efficient as possible, but making things manageable and affordable. So I am going to jump into breakfast. Please excuse my appearance. It is very cold here today, and I'm going to be teaching this morning, so I don't wear makeup when I'm teaching my in-person classes because I'm just going to sweat it off. So this is a real look into my life. So this morning, like I said, I have to teach a class. When I go teach in-person classes at the gym, so I teach a cardio dance class, there's also some strength and mobility training in there. When I go to the gym, I take advantage of the fact that I'm already there and I go to the weight room after I teach. Because even though I love fitness and I love working out, I struggle with getting there just like anybody. And so I found the thing that works best to make sure I'm getting in my resistance training, my strength training, is to tack it on to days when I'm already in the gym, because if I'm there, I might as well do it, right? So it's early. I just dropped my kids off at school and I still have about an hour before I have to get ready for my class. So I need breakfast this morning to really hold me over, because I've got to wait that hour, get ready for class, go teach an hour class, and then go to the weight room. And I go to the weight room for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the day and depending on how distracted I get while I'm in between sets. And then after that, I go into the dry sauna for 15 to 20 minutes as well. And then I have to come home. So it's gonna be a while till I have lunch. So I really need breakfast this morning to hold me over, so that I can just have a really successful day and not like run home and start eating everything. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I made myself a coffee. Do you like my mug? My best friend got this for me. And then this is the Premier protein protein shake that I have on hand. I'm a big believer in use what you have on hand. Don't go buying special food for like one meal. If you've meal plans for the week and then you change your mind, that's okay, but just use what you have. So this is what I had for the week. These are my favorite. These are the ones I drink on their own. I didn't have any other flavors. I do have vanilla powder in my pantry, but I don't feel like mixing that up. So I'm gonna pour half of one of these into my coffee. It'll be like a chocolate peanut butter latte. And then I'm gonna actually drink the other half of this while I'm cooking, because I'm already hungry. So I just made a coffee. I do have a very sweet tooth. I know some people who take GLP-1 medications or who are on weight loss journeys, they kind of lose that sweet tooth. And so they'll drink their coffee with a protein shake, and that's sweet enough. But I actually put monk fruit sweetener in my coffee, whether I'm adding a protein shake or just regular creamer. So anyway, I just wanted to be honest with that. This is what I use. It's the monk fruit in the raw. I get the packets. I just put one packet in there. If I'm having like a really sweet one of these, like I think the caramel one's really, really sweet, I'll just use half a packet and save the other half for my next coffee. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. All right, let's get into making breakfast. So this morning, I'm going to make something that has lots of protein and also lots of fiber. So my Premier protein shake, half in my coffee, half out of the container, is 30 grams of protein. So I'm already going into this with a great advantage. And then I'm going to make one egg white. I do the egg white because it gives me extra volume with the egg, but without a ton of extra calories. I wanna save some of my calories for the back end of today. And then I have some fruit, and I'm actually gonna make a salad. So a lot of times if I'm making eggs, I'll put like bell peppers and onion in with it for some fiber, but I don't have any. A lot of times I keep a frozen bag in the freezer, but I used it this week, so I have to get creative. What I have on hand is a salad from dinner last night. I made a side salad for the family. And honestly, as weird as it might sound to some, I know it used to sound weird to me when I first started on this journey, having a salad in the morning sounds weird, but it actually goes really well with the eggs and the fruit. And so I think it's gonna be really, really yummy. So let's go ahead and make that. I have my, this is avocado oil. You can use any spray oil, you can use Pam. We don't have any Pam. I keep meaning to buy some. So this is my husband put together for the grill, and I'm gonna use it to spray my pan. All right, so just some light spray, and then I'm going to put one egg, and then I'm gonna put one egg white in there. I don't have like a egg white separator. I do it the old school way, where you just like pass the egg from side to side once you crack the shell. So I'm gonna put my one egg and then get that where it can be safely disposed of. And then I'm gonna crack my egg. Let me see if I can do this on camera. My mom is always fascinated when I do this, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, I just pass it back and forth until all the egg white comes out. That looks so gross. Okay, and then all I have left in the shell is the yolk, and I just pour that down my disposal, and then I discarded my shell separately. So I've got that in the pan, one egg white. I'm gonna put it on the stove to cook, yeah. Okay, and I'm also a big fan of breaking the yolk, so I'm gonna stab my yolk. I know some people really love runny yolks, but that is not me. If that's you, good for you. I wish. Sometimes I look at what other people are eating and I'm like, man, that looks so good. But I know I don't like the stuff that's on the plate. Anyway, I digress. All right, I'm gonna grab a plate. Very fancy. These are our plastic Walmart plates. We got these for the kids because we had really nice plates and they were scratching them all up. So this is what we use with preteens. I guess one of them's a teenager now. All right, while that egg cooks, I'm gonna go ahead and plate my food. So this is the salad from last night. It's just butter, lettuce, spinach, cucumbers, and shredded carrots. I have picky eaters. My husband doesn't like tomatoes. So when I put that stuff in salad, I keep it all separate, but this is all I'm gonna get from this morning. So just some lettuce, carrots, and cucumbers. It's gonna add lots of volume. It's gonna add fiber. It's gonna help keep me full. So I'm gonna take some of this, and we try to always have salad in the refrigerator, or at least everything to make a salad in the refrigerator, so that if we're looking for more volume on our plate for any meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it's right there. And if it starts to wilt, if it's starting to look like, oh man, I bought that salad stuff and I'm not gonna use it before it goes bad, because that was my story a long time ago where stuff would go bad before I eat it. And then I make myself make it, and I purposely will put it out with dinner, like I put all the food like on the counter right here, and I have us all like plate our own food, and I will say, everybody get a salad. And then that way we're more likely to eat it and get the benefits of it. And it's been really, really helpful for our family. So you might find that helpful too. All right. I mentioned in previous videos, I pre-wash all of my fruit. So when I come home from the grocery store, I dump it into a big bowl. In the big bowl, I have a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of vinegar, and then I dilute it with water, and I will put the fruit directly in there, like dump it out of the container in there. I'll wash the container, and then I drain the fruit and let it out on the counter on towels to dry. And then I'll put the fruit back in this or in some Tupperware that we have that's meant for fruit in the fridge. And that way it's already washed and ready to go, and I can just put it on my plate. So I have strawberries, I have blueberries, and I have raspberries. So I'm gonna put just a few of those on my plate. And I'm actually going to cut the stems off of these strawberries while I chat with you. So, just cutting the ends off. And I'm gonna cut them in half. It makes it easier to put on my fork. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, these are pretty big strawberries. I'm probably gonna do like maybe 4 of these. I think right now is one of those moments where my eyes are bigger than my stomach, but you know, again, I have a few hours to go before I get to eat again, and I want to make sure that I am full and that my tummy is going to feel good. All right. I don't want a sad tummy. All right, I have just a few raspberries here. I'm just gonna put those on the plate. I can't eat a lot of them. They're my son's favorite, and we're running low, and he wants them for lunches for tomorrow, for his lunch tomorrow, I guess. Friday's a half day. And then I have some blueberries. I'm just gonna take about half a handful basically of blueberries, put those on my plate. All right, and there, I already have half a plate of food. So lots of volume, but not a ton of calories, lots of fiber, which is just a great way to start my day. I have a fiber goal. It's the average goal for women my age, which is 24 grams per day. So, and I struggle to reach that some days, to be really honest. So starting out my day with this much fiber is just a really great way to start the day and like hopefully lead to successfully hitting that goal today. I do admit I don't hit it every day. All right, I'm gonna turn this egg. Uh-oh, it's sticking. Even when I put spray down. The egg's not gonna be pretty, but it will be tasty, and that's really all that matters. All right, that's cooking. Now, I'm going to use some light Italian dressing. Other great options for breakfast salad is like a balsamic vinaigrette or a raspberry vinaigrette. It's really light and fresh. You just need I don't use a ton. I use maybe half a tablespoon, just enough so that it doesn't feel dry. But I know some people prefer more dressing, and I don't put it on my fruit. But that's why I don't need as much. If I take a piece of fruit and put it with the salad, I really don't need a lot of dressing on there because the fruit is so juicy. It almost acts like a fruit dressing, like a strawberry dressing or a raspberry dressing. All right, check this. Yes, this looks good. All right, so I fried up my faux omelet. Okay, and then my secret, Texas Pete. I need hot sauce on my eggs. So I'm gonna put a little bit of hot sauce on my eggs. Oh, yeah, okay, this is open. Oh, and I forgot to put salt and pepper. And I'm gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper, just regular table salt and pepper, just a dash for extra flavor. There we go. That is my breakfast along with my proffee, and I will finish my protein shake as well so I get that full 30 grams of protein to start my day, and I will check back with you at lunchtime. Hello and welcome back. It's lunchtime. I had an awesome workout this morning and I am very hungry. My breakfast did a great job of keeping me feeling full all morning through my workouts and until I got home. I even had time to shower, but I'm ready to eat. So I'm gonna show you what I have for lunches for this week in just a moment. But before I do that, I have a disclaimer because I forgot to give it to you earlier. I am not a doctor or a healthcare provider, and while I am a personal trainer and group fitness instructor, I am not your personal trainer or group fitness instructor, so please speak with your doctor and wellness team before making any changes to your diet, exercise, or medication regimen. Everything on this channel is based on my opinions and experiences. Okay. I'm also going to prep my snack for this afternoon. It's a busy day, as most weekdays are for me with taking my kids to and from activities. And so I'm gonna prep my snack and then I just have to put it in the microwave and it'll be ready to go later. It's been really chilly here the last few days, so I'm kind of feeling like a nice warm, filling snack today instead of veggies and stuff. So lunches this week, I meal prepped already. I meal prepped on Monday. They're mini meatloafs. So this is turkey, ground turkey. I put a little bit of salsa in there, lots of seasonings, Worcestershire sauce, gluten-free breadcrumbs and egg. And then I mix that all up, put it in the pan, and then I cover it with a little ketchup-based sauce. It's ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, and brown sugar. As you can see, they're about a little over 2 ounces. They're a little less than 2.5 ounces after they're cooked. So it's got lots of protein, but it's not super heavy. So it's okay that it's got the extra stuff on it. And then I roasted some vegetables on the side, carrots, onion, green beans. And then I put them in these little containers and I just heat them up every day. They both refrigerate and freeze really well. I made these for me and my husband this week. So it's been nice just to be able to grab them out of the fridge this time of the year when we're super busy. Before I sink into that, because I am very excited to eat it, it's actually cooling off because it was in the microwave. Let me prep my snack today. So my snack is going to be a cottage cheese bowl. I've talked about these in another video. They're one of my favorite quick go-to snacks. I always have the ingredients in my house. So normally I would add some extra vegetables to it, but I don't have any. I have to go to the grocery store. So we're gonna make it without vegetables, but still has lots of protein in it today. So I'm going to use the Daisy cottage cheese. This one is the 4% milk fat. You can use any of them. I've used the 2% before. It's totally fine. A serving size is a half a cup and it has 110 calories and 13 grams of protein. So I am actually going to use a full half cup serving of this. So I'm going to use my handy dandy half cup measuring cup and I'm just gonna put it in a bowl. Now, I don't like cottage cheese texture, so I am actually going to mix this. 1 second, let me get my mixer. I left it over here. So I said in the beginning of this video, this was like a real look into my day. So I'm not even gonna edit that out. You're experiencing me wandering off because I forgot to grab something. So I'm gonna use my hand mixer. I love this thing. You could use anything. You don't have to mix it up. I just don't like that cottage cheese is lumpy like that. It's a me thing. I know it's me, but I'm just gonna mix this really quick. And what I'm doing is basically just making it creamy like Greek yogurt. And then I can palate it a little bit better. I am going to microwave this, so I mean, the cottage cheese does melt down pretty good, where you don't really need to do this, but it doesn't melt down completely. It still has some small lumps in it, so I need to mix it. But again, that's kind of just a me thing. I don't expect everyone to feel that way. But before I don't remember where I was. I was on some sort of like group page, like support page, and someone had said they did this with their cottage cheese. And before that, I refused to eat cottage cheese, just straight up refused. And I was like, well, I guess I could give it a try. I mean, worst case scenario, I realized I don't like it that way either, and then I just will continue not to eat cottage cheese. But best case scenario, I won't mind it, and then I have another protein source. So I tried it, and I actually enjoy it. So, sorry, I had to scoop that off. So it comes out nice and smooth, no longer chunky, kind of like Greek yogurt texture. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to add in some mozzarella cheese. This is shredded Walmart brand. You can use whatever mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup. Scoop it out, put it in the bowl. And then I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of pizza sauce or marinara sauce. Now I normally use the Rouse marinara sauce because it's lower in sugar, but I don't have any on hand. But I have this pizza sauce, so I'm gonna use this. Yeah, okay, here we go. Whoop. My kids like me to make like pizzas on tortillas, and that's actually what I bought that sauce for. Okay, so I've mixed all of that, or I put all of that in there. I'm gonna grab a spoon and mix it up. Now, it doesn't look very pretty, but this is real life, and I don't really care what it looks like as long as it tastes good and it leaves me feeling full. And so that's the name of the game today. Does it taste good? Because I want to enjoy what I'm eating. And does it leave me feeling full? Because I don't want to eat for nothing. All right, so I also add a little bit of Dano's to mine. You can add Italian seasoning, whatever kind of seasonings you like. The Dano's original is really good. And I would just put in like a sprinkling across the top. I like a lot of seasoning. So like that. And I'm just gonna mix that in. So when I microwave this later, it kind of goes in evenly. And then I'm gonna grab some Hormel turkey pepperonis. 17 pepperonis is a serving. A serving is 80 calories and 0 grams of carbs, 0 grams of sugar, 9 grams of protein in 17 turkey pepperonis. So I am going to count these out to make sure I get all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. My dog is sitting at my feet right now. 14, 15, 16, and 1 to snack on now. All right, so I just stuck them in there. I'm gonna cover this and stick it in the fridge, but when I'm ready for my snack, or like if I'm taking it on the go with me later, I'm just gonna take the cover off, put it in the microwave. We have like a splatter guard in the microwave. I'll put the splatter guard over it. And then I'm gonna microwave this on the normal microwave temperature for like a minute and a half. A minute and a half. Sometimes I don't need the full minute and a half. Sometimes it's more like a minute. I don't wanna like singe anything. So just keep an eye on it as it cooks, especially the pepperonis. You might need to stop it and stir it up and then put it back in. But you want it to be like melty and bubbly, and it kind of tastes like pizza. A lot of times I add, like I said, bell peppers and onions to that, especially if I already have some prepped in the refrigerator, or like some spinach. I've even put in like pineapple or like turkey chunks, or if I had rotisserie chicken left over, I've tossed that in there instead of the pepperonis. So you can get creative with it, but it's like a nice fun snack. And I'm going to pause before I go eat. I want to introduce you to my puppy. This is Folly. Folly is my long-haired miniature dachshund puppy. We got her earlier this year. Welcome back. It's supper time. It's been a long day and it's actually very late. It's like after 8 o'clock. So I had to make a quick dinner tonight because it's so late. It's actually not even my latest night of the week, but it is late. So what I did was earlier today, after I got the kids from school, I stopped at the grocery store and got a rotisserie chicken, some frozen vegetables, and some 90-second rice so that I could make something at home that wasn't fast food, but was still fast. So what I did was I have 4 ounces of rotisserie chicken. I got 2 different kinds of frozen vegetables. So these are just frozen carrots. I really wanted some carrots. And then this is the steam fresh bag of potatoes and green beans with some sauce on it. I normally don't do sauce, but this is what they had. And then I got some chicken flavored rice. I'm probably gonna put a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's sauce with it. Will I eat all of this? Probably not, it's a lot. If I was still hungry, we still have leftover salad. Again, I'm probably gonna save this for tomorrow. But just so you can see what I got, again, it was rotisserie chicken that I took all the skin off of, and then I measured how much I was eating. And then I got just Publix frozen crinkle cut carrots. I put a half a cup on there. I used a measuring cup. A half a cup is 30 calories, 7 grams of carbs, 3 grams of sugar, 0 grams of protein, but I was going for fiber. So that's okay. 3 grams of fiber, I'll take it. My vegetables, yeah, this is what I got. The bird's eye in a bag. Potatoes and green beans. So this was, let me pull this back. Let's see here. This is, a full serving is a cup and a quarter, and I did put a full serving on my plate, but again, I probably won't be able to eat all of it, but a full serving is 1 1/4 cups. It's only 80 calories. It's 1.5 grams of fat. It is 15 grams of carbs, 2 grams of sugar, 3 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, so I will take that. And then I got the Uncle Ben's Ready Rice. This is one of the ones that, according to their website, is safe for me to eat. It's gluten-free as long as the ingredients don't have anything with gluten in them, and it doesn't look like that. So their website says it will specifically state if it has wheat, barley, or rye in it. So let's hope, fingers crossed. This is, so a single serving is a cup, but I used a half a cup on here. Again, I'm probably not gonna be able to eat all of it, but in 1 cup, there's 230 calories. I'm sorry, I did a half a cup. So in a cup is what's on here. So I'm gonna take half of what these are. So a half a cup would be 115 calories, 1.25 grams of fat. Math on this is hard. 22.5 grams of carbs, less than a gram of fiber, less than a gram of sugar, 2.5 grams of protein. So it's really more just to keep me full and keep my plate loaded. So this is my plate with some, probably a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's on there. And I will see if I have room for dessert later. Hello and welcome back. It's time for one more stop in the kitchen today before I head off to relax before bed. So I ate most of my dinner. Dinner was the rotisserie chicken with some Sweet Baby Ray's, the potatoes and green beans. They were in this garlic parmesan sauce that I wasn't a huge fan of, so I didn't finish those. And then I ate most of the carrots, but not all of them. And then I ate most of the rice, but not all of it. I probably ate like 3/4 of that half a cup of rice. So pretty good dinner. I did not have the side salad. It's been a little bit, so now I'm ready for dessert. So I have a sweet tooth and I really want some chocolate. So tonight I'm gonna have some Jell-O fudge pudding. I get the sugar-free kind. If you don't like sugar-free stuff because it's too processed, that's okay. You can do regular or you can do homemade pudding. I don't mind the Jell-O brand boxed sugar-free stuff. That's me. I have it multiple times a week. I like the chocolate and the butterscotch. Those are my 2 favorite flavors. But if it's not for you, there are alternatives out there, or you can just skip this part altogether. So I made it ahead of time. So the pudding with skim milk. And so a box of that pudding is 4 servings. But I actually, I eat it 2 servings at a time. So a box is only 2 servings for me. But it's like high volume. So that's kind of my goal. And I usually finish it all. I can make this if I want with like Fairlife milk to get extra protein in, but we didn't have any at home and I still didn't make it to the grocery store for more than a quick stop in for my dinner stuff today. I didn't go to the dairy section. So, all right, so I just put, that's 2 servings of pudding in a bowl. I need another spoon for my cool whip. Now, I've said it and I'll say it again. zero sugar Cool Whip. If you don't like this because it's processed, you can always use your own type of Cool Whip. You can make your own whipped cream from heavy cream if you like. You don't add sugar to it. It's actually a really nice healthy alternative, but it's completely up to you. But I'm just gonna put 2 tablespoons of the zero sugar Cool Whip on top because I don't mind consuming that. And it's helped me to lose 105 pounds so far. And then the last thing I'm gonna add to this bowl is some Lily's chocolate chips. So these are the milk chocolate Lily's chocolate chips. I like these because there is no added sugar and they're gluten-free. So a container of these, a serving is 1 tablespoon, which doesn't sound like much, but it's actually quite a bit. 1 tablespoon has 60 calories, 4 grams of fat, 8 carbs, less than a gram of protein. But that's not why I eat them. I eat them because they're delicious and they make me happy and they give this dessert a little bit of texture. So this is what it looks like. Chocolate fudge pudding with Cool Whip and just some chocolate chips. It's easy, it's filling, it's got lots of volume. And so I'm going to enjoy that. But before I do, I have my breakdown of the day. So here is my very realistic day of eating for you. So for breakfast, we did the Premier Protein shake. I had it in half in a cup of coffee. I drank the rest. I also had a 2nd cup of coffee just with monk fruit sweetener, no additional creamer in it. And then I had that little side salad with strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries, 1 egg white, and hot sauce. Yum. That was 410 calories, 47 grams of protein, because the protein shake has 30 grams on its own. So 47 grams of protein, 11 grams of fiber. Lunch was my meal prepped mini turkey meatloaves with carrots and green beans and onions. That was 364 calories, 28.8 grams of protein, 5.2 grams of fiber. And then my snack was the cottage cheese pizza bowl. I didn't have any vegetables to put in it, so it was just the cheese and sauce and pepperonis. That was 294 calories, 29.2 grams of protein, 1 gram of fiber, because there was no veggies in it. And then for dinner, we did the rotisserie chicken with the vegetables and the rice. That was 473 calories, 35 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber. And then the snack we just had of pudding with Cool Whip and chocolate chips is 220 calories, 1 gram of protein, 3 grams of fiber. That brings my whole day to 1,761 calories, 140.5 grams of protein. I hit my protein goal, and 22.8 grams of fiber. So I'm 1.2 grams shy of reaching my fiber goal, but I'm okay with that because that is one area where I struggle on a regular basis, and I'm getting closer to getting it regularly, but I still struggle from time to time. If I had had the bell peppers and onions to put in my cottage cheese bowl, it wouldn't have increased my calories very much, but it would have had me go over into my fiber goal. So that's what I get for not being fully prepared for the day, but that's real life. It happens. I use what's on hand, and it makes it totally manageable. 1,700 calories. I did do a couple of workouts today. One was a little bit higher intensity than the other because I was teaching, and one of the classes that I teach is a little bit more of a coaching style. So I probably consumed about 12 to 1,300 and burned off the rest. So 12 to 1,300, and then you put that against my resting metabolic rate. That should put me in a calorie deficit for the day, and that is exactly what I'm going for because I'm still on a weight loss journey. So that was my day. I hope that you enjoyed seeing what I ate today. Again, this is not meant for you to follow step by step. My diet is gonna be different than your diet, and my diet changes every single day. It's based on how hungry I am, how active I am, how busy I am, how prepared I am. And that's okay, it's all part of the journey. It's about learning to live your life. So if you saw something that I ate that you really liked, feel free to incorporate it into your journey. But please don't follow what I'm doing step by step because my journey is very different than yours, and we all have different needs and preferences. And that's what's different and fun and great. If you have anything that you really like to eat, maybe you ate something fun today that you want to share, put it in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. It's been so great seeing the comments kind of boosting activity the last week. I've really enjoyed interacting with all of you, so I'd love to keep that going. So give me a hi or a little wave if you don't, if you want to just put an emoji, or put in something fun that you ate today that you want to share with the class. I love to read those. So that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I also hope that if you haven't already, you will like and subscribe, share my channel with your friends so that we can all learn from each other. And until next time, I'll see you later.